Let's take a look at an example property to help you better understand how to make this all work for you. Here's an example. There are quite a few of these properties available with these numbers in Indiana right now if you know how to find them. If we built your portfolio for you, we would purchase a house like this and get it rent ready for approximately $120,000. And it won't be exactly $120,000. The houses we find for you will be anywhere from $100,000 and $175,000 based upon the income, value, rents, etc. We'll pay full market value, by the way. This is the same method the big hedge funds are using. 20% of all single-family homes sold in the United States over the past 5 years have been purchased for full market value by big and small investors, mostly big investors. There's a reason the big money is betting on single-family resident investments. Here's how it works. You put down between 10 and 20%, depending on the type of loan you qualify for and what the best scenario is at that time. Loan programs and rates change frequently. You'll also come up with about 5% for closing costs, points, appraisal, etc. So let's look at the number with both 10% and 20% down. Based on a hypothetical $120,000 purchase price, 10% down is $12,000. So that means a $108,000 loan at 30 years at approximately 9.5%. On that, the principal and interest payment would be $901. If closing costs are 5% of the loan amount, your total investment in the deal is $17,400. Now, if you put 20% down instead, that's $24,000 down on a $120,000 property. So that means a $96,000 loan. 30 years, 9.5%, principal and interest is at $801 a month. If closing costs are 5% of the loan amount, your total investment in the deal is $28,800. Now, you're going to buy 4 to 6 homes. If you're investing $100,000, that means you can buy 4 to 6 homes at this price. If 10% down, $100,000 divided by 17.4, the amount that you need to buy, equals 5.75 houses. So maybe you buy 6 houses. If 20% down, $100,000 divided by 28.8, the cost to buy the property, equals 3.47 houses. So maybe you buy 4 houses. The lower down payment loans make you more money, but 10% down loans are not always available for everyone. Either way, the numbers still work, and we can always find you more properties later. The example $120,000 properties I'm showing you here will rent for about $1,500 per month. This is actually better than the 1% houses we were talking about earlier. This is 1.25%. More is better. That's why it's so important to buy right when you're buying real estate investments. It's not just about the price. This is important. Once you close on the purchase, we will raise the price a bit and sell it on a lease with an option to buy. My company profit, if we're buying for you, is the amount we raise the price. We do all the work for you. The lease option fee goes to my company. That's how we get paid in these transactions, by the new buyer tenant we find for you. We also charge you $250 a month per house that you purchase over the next 2 years, which is $6,000. Or you can pay it upfront at closing in a lump sum of $5,000, a discount, whichever you prefer. This is how our team sustains itself and makes a profit doing all the work for you. So, with a 20% down deal, your monthly cost is approximately $801 for the principal and interest, $200 for taxes and insurance. That's a total of $1,001 PITI, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. You also have property management costs if you want them to be managed, and you do, at $150 a month. So your cash flow is as follows: $1,500 gross monthly income minus $1,001 PITI minus $150 property management cost. So that leaves a total of $349 positive cash flow. If you apply the $349 a month toward your principal loan amount, it'll pay off in less than 9 years rather than 30. That means you'll have regular passive income from your portfolio in less than 1/3 the time. I can't stress enough how much you save by putting this extra bit of money toward principal each month. Money that you don't have to come up with. You don't have to do anything to come up with it. It's income to you that's built into the deal. You save 21 years of $801 a month principal and interest payments that you don't have to make. That totals up to a savings of $201,852 per property. Money that goes directly to you, to your bank account. Money you can spend or reinvest. There are other streams of income with an investment like this, in addition to the rent. This is the gift that keeps on giving. Number one, tax depreciation. You'll make about $1,000 a year per property in actual tax savings from the IRS on each of these houses through depreciation. That is cash in your pocket savings. Talk to your CPA for details on this. Number two, you get buy down on the note. Each month, part of your payment applies toward the principal. As I explained earlier, the more you pay monthly, the faster you pay off the loan. But the goal is to let the tenants pay for your house. We set it up for you and put it on autopilot so you don't have to worry about it. Set it and forget it. The third type of income stream is appreciation. Now, I can't guarantee the property will rise in value, and there's a small possibility the lease option buyer will exercise their option. But historically, a conservative appreciation on these types of properties has been about 3%. So $3,600 per year per property. Now multiply those numbers by 4, 5, 6 properties over the next 5, 10, 15 years, and it starts becoming very attractive. One more huge benefit. Lease option buyers are the best. We're going to sell your rental property as a lease with an option to buy, a rent to own. The biggest advantage to selling rent to own is, one, it means your buyer is paying for our services to help you find and fill your house, and not you. What they pay us reduces your cost to invest, and it's all done for you. Two, and my favorite advantage of lease option buyers, is our proprietary lease option contract puts the responsibility of caring for the house on the buyer's shoulders. We tell them, when you buy a house like this from us, we want you to treat us like Bank of America. If your toilet stops up or your window breaks, do you call Bank of America? No, you take care of it yourself. It's your house. You're responsible for it. You don't wash a rental car. Nobody washes a rental car. You wash your own car. We change their mindset from being a tenant to being an owner. When you put a tenant in the role of a buyer, they're more likely to take care of your property. Also, most lease option buyers don't exercise their option. We found it to be substantially less than 30%. You win either way, but if they don't exercise the option, you win bigger.